In almost 8 years of entrepreneurship, if there's one thing I've realized, it's the importance of automation and systems. In this video, I want to talk about 3 different ways that you can start to make money on autopilot. And this is not necessarily all from my experience. I'm just going to be speaking on some things that I know are lucrative opportunities for anybody that's seeing this video. So number 1 is business acquisition. Okay, if you're somebody that has capital, let's say you're working with $50,000, $100,000, and you're wanting to start to free yourself more from the grind or whatever it is that you're doing to produce that kind of income or have that kind of savings, that's definitely something to consider. Find businesses that are already profitable, that are in the process of wanting to be sold, that are actually up for grabs in terms of acquisition. And now I'm no expert on this, but I know a lot of people that are in a position where they're making immense amounts of money. They're doing it on autopilot with something like acquiring an existing business, having that run on autopilot, maybe having to do some check-ins here and there, but having the management, having these staff that are already in place to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. One of the challenges for a lot of us when we start an entrepreneurship is the vision of making lots of money, or the vision of being able to have time freedom because of financial freedom. And it's very easy to get caught up in that hustle bustle mentality of like I gotta be here, showing up, making money, putting in the reps. Maybe I'll delegate certain tasks, but you're losing so much time because of the amount of energy you yourself are having to put into whatever it is that you're building. Now I'm guilty of this because I've built businesses before, and I was the guy that was like, I have to do everything. And in doing everything, you are going to have zero life. So it's not just about making money on autopilot, it's you being able to have the time that is a result of making money on autopilot. So number 1 is business acquisition. It requires quite a bit of capital to start. Obviously, this is not for everybody, but that is a huge one when the time comes when you are financially in a position to do so. Number 2, and this one is more catered to people that have, I would say, let's say $5,000 to $10,000 or some sort of smaller starting point financially, but want to start the process of making money automatically in the back end on autopilot. The second thing is you actually starting a business that is automated. So for example, there's a lot of individuals that will create content that is income producing, but that is more or less content produced from AI. Like there are so many people that are on YouTube or that are on TikTok that have these accounts that are printing using affiliate codes and AI generated content. Now, this is something that you initially would likely have to set up yourself, and there's lots of people that probably teach you how to do it online. I would imagine this is just something I know a lot of people that do as well, that you can actually learn from in the space. And eventually there will come a point where you can delegate, you can hire VAs to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, and is a pretty cool extra stream of income. It's not gonna be massive per se. You could scale it to a point of being pretty massive with different automated systems, different YouTube channels that are producing different amounts of revenue. I would say the biggest con with this is that it does take time. It takes time for you to build it. It's not like business acquisition where you're coming in with $50,000, $100,000, buying and acquiring a company, and continuing to scale, implementing a few changes, maybe spending a bit of more time at first, but needing to have all that capital. It's a system that's pretty much already running for you. This option, you do low-key need to start from the ground up, and so it's going to be a little bit more time consuming. Or not time consuming, but it's going to take time to actually start to see the fruits of your quote labor, so to speak. But it is something that you can do and be making money on autopilot with something as simple as a couple VAs and systems in place where you're doing check-in calls with them and really embodying what it takes to be a business owner, owning a content business where you were just having these automated systems and channels that are income producing. Now, number 3, and this is personally one that I do have experience with and that I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys because I think it's low key and not too many people know about it. It's leveraging AI to be trading for you. And this is something that, me as somebody who's in finance and been in the world of day trading now for just about 8 years, I know what it takes to learn the skill of day trading. I know what it takes to learn the skill of being able to extract money from the markets, and it takes a long time. And it's not on autopilot. It's something that requires your attention on a regular basis. There's an opportunity where you can leverage AI to trade the market for you, or sometimes they're called EAs, if you're familiar with that word. It's basically some sort of coded AI tool or tool just in general that you can use to trade in the markets automatically for you. And that's something that you can either, number 1, develop, A little bit tedious, also requires experience, not what I would recommend. Or number two, you could acquire or buy from somebody. Or number three, you can just find one that is set up, that's doing certain numbers and implement that. And this is something that doesn't necessarily require, depending on the actual AI itself, doesn't necessarily require a minimum for you to start with. I know some that do, like you might need to have $5,000 to $10,000 to start with particular AIs, depending on what it is specifically. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking to yourself, I would never consider investing my money and leveraging an AI tool to do so specifically. Investing is great. We all know that there's great return on investment in the financial markets, in the long-term game, playing the buy and holds, whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, something like Bitcoin, whether it's something like gold and silver, which have been on an absolute tear recently. But let's be honest, AI is and will continue to take over. You and having to be on the charts manually trading is not how it's going to always have to be. And there's tools, like I said, that I have experience using that have made money on autopilot without me having to come to the table with 50 grand, without me having to come to the table and have a ton of capital to do so. I think my favorite thing about number three, and these are all fantastic, all very lucrative, depending on your needs and where you're at financially and what your goals are. They're all really great, but the thing that I love most about number three is that there is the least hassle. So there's a benefit of you not having to necessarily have a ton of capital. That's number one. Number two is the least hassle. You're not having to manage a business. You're not having to manage people. You're just literally using money that you've already made and making more in the markets with different AI tools, with different kind of autopilot systems that you don't necessarily need to create. You can if you want to, and that takes a long time. But the point is, there are things that you can find that you can use to create money on autopilot. So what I'll share is this, okay? If you're somebody who's seeing this video and you're like, yo, this sounds amazing, I don't really know where to start. Well, I can't help you on number one and two because I don't have personal experience, but I promise you there's lots online that you can look into. However, number three is something that I can steer you guys in the right direction with, or at least share what I'm doing personally to make money on autopilot in the markets. If that's of interest to you, DM me the word AI on Instagram and I'll go ahead and I'll send you over some more information. Or if you're somebody, this is if you are somebody who has $10,000 or more, okay? This is a key point, $10,000 or more, and you wanna have a serious sit down, because that's a good amount of money. You're not just gonna wanna casually throw that into something that's automated. You wanna make sure that it's legit, you wanna make sure it's proper. And maybe you're seeing this and you have less than 10K, no problem. You can still just message me the word AI on Instagram and we'll get you situated. We'll send you some more info. But specifically, if you're seeing this video and you have 10K or more, I will take the time out of my day to jump on a call with you and show you more about what we've been working on that's averaging about 3 to 5% monthly on autopilot, fully automated in the financial markets, 5-year track record, back-tested data, and everything you would need to make the decision for yourself to park funds there, we have, and I'd be happy to show you. You can book a call down in the description. It does, there is a cost associated with that just because you have to show that you're serious to jump on a call and have me show you that. It's not an insane amount of money, obviously. It's just to give you the right information so you can make a decision. And then our goal is, of course, for you to see a positive return on that investment. So if you're serious, you have 10K or more, go down in the video description. It's $50 to book a call. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the inside, or at least on my channel where I'm constantly sharing more value on trading, investing, and anything when it comes to making money in the world of the financial markets. Till next time, peace out.